This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com. Again, you're there for the creative meetings, but it's not like you're leading the meetings. The GFW thing being all over TV with the GFW tag titles and things like that. Is this a little overkill? I mean, it seems at the time it was confusing, and in hindsight, it seems even more confusing.
Yeah, I just think that it was a means to an end. It was trying to get to that point of making the change and making the switch over to be completely fresh and to get away from any ties of Impact or TNA. So that was the reason to do it. That was the whole, I think, game plan initially was, let's get to being GFW.
Let's talk a little bit about, these, May tapings that happen in India. But before we get there, we do need to address something that was reported on April 23rd. There was an argument backstage. Meltzer would write, it started with Karen Jarrett and Bob Ryder, then escalated to Jeff Jarrett and Bob Ryder. The first argument was over Ryder forgetting to book a hotel room. Jeff and Ryder's argument was apparently very heated, and it appeared at the time that Jeff was going to fire him. Jeff told him to leave the tapings, which he did in the middle of the show. But after the tapings were over, both were back in the office in Nashville working like nothing had happened. This is the first time Bob Ryder's name has been in the news in a long, long time. I think a lot of people remember him from some online stuff he did with OneWrestling.com and things like that. And then famously, he helped a little bit with WCW and the early days of Impact. But we hadn't heard about his name in a long, long time. What can you tell us about this blow up with Jeff Jarrett and Bob Ryder here?
Well, all I can tell you is hearsay, because thank God I wasn't in a position where I had to be involved in any of that, and tried to stay away from any drama as much as possible. And I enjoyed working with Karen and Jeff. So we had a lot of fun when we were there. So the blow up, yeah, everybody heard about it. I don't know how many people actually saw whatever it was that the blow up was, but it was something about a driver or someone that had come in and needed a hotel room, and Bob was asked to book the hotel room for him, and Bob hadn't done it yet. But I think Bob was in the middle of a TV taping and was at the gorilla position doing whatever it is he did there. And I don't mean that in a disparaging way. It just means I don't know what he did there.
Right.
So yeah, things apparently got heated, and Bob was asked to leave. But then, as you say, I think, that was the thing. Oh my God, there was this big blow up. And there was even a report of either Bob hitting Karen or Karen hitting Bob in the parking lot at some point in this whole skirmish. Now, no one actually saw it, but that's what it was, man. It was just so funny in that regard. That then come the next day at work, everybody's at the office, business as usual. So not being in the office, not going there, not knowing what the hell the dynamics were in that office anymore. It's like, oh, okay. Maybe the Gaga and the rumors and all that stuff had been a little blown out of proportion, but I don't know, because I didn't get to witness any of it. And I saw Jeff that night. I saw Jeff that night before I left, and said goodnight, and he was in a great mood and everything was fine.
We should mention guys raising their voices and getting mad at each other and the whole deal, and then being fine the next day. That's just man shit, is it not? Like, that's
fucking bullshit, Conrad. Shut up.
All right, cool. So Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.